In today's video, we're going to be looking at relational influences. That is how our relationships, how other people affect how we think, feel, and behave. So other people can influence us because we are social creatures. We have social needs. It's not just food, water, and shelter that we need to stay alive, but we need healthy and successful relationships. These social relationships do give us some benefits. Right? They give us a feeling of security, they affirm our self-worth, and they help us develop and fully actualize, become the people that we want to become. So in today's lesson, we're looking at some agents of socialization and specifically at family. So we want to look at what socialization is, the strange situation procedure, and the 3 types of attachment that we see from that procedure. So firstly, what are our agents of socialization? So these are the things which are teaching us how to behave, how to socialize. Social norms are the expected behaviors that we should have when we participate in a society. And depending on where you are and who you are with, these norms are going to differ. Right, I'd like you to just think about what your social rules are, your cultural rules are concerning the following things. Right, so just pause the video and have a think about those and then click play when you're ready to continue. Depending on who you are and who your parents or guardians are, even though we all live in Australia, right, and in a similar region of Australia, we're going to have different ideas about how we should greet people, right? So taking the same situation, let's say you're meeting an older friend, right? Maybe it's your parents or your guardian's friends. Okay, do you call them by their first name? Do you say hi? Do you go shake a hand? Do you give them a hug? What each of us considers as normal will differ, right? How much eye contact do you give someone? Is eye contact a show of respect? Is it disrespectful, right? If you're addressing an older relative or an authority figure, are you meant to look them in the eye to show that you respect them? Or are you meant to look down to show that, you know, I'm respecting you by not giving you eye contact? Right, pointing, you point with your thumb, finger, which one's rude, is it not rude at all, what are you meant to do? These are our social norms, and we learn how to perform or how to behave according to these norms through the process of socialization. In this course, we're going to look at 3 agents of socialization, that is the 3 factors that teach us how to behave. And we have these agents existing all throughout life, but primarily during our younger years. Family are a major agent of socialization. They are a big influence in teaching us how we are supposed to behave. It is a complex interaction, and it's not just the older parents affecting the younger children, it's also the children teaching the parents how to behave as well. Depending on the relationship that the parents have between each other, right, if we have 2 parents or if we have a single parent, that is going to affect the parenting that they, the style in which they parent. What we're going to focus on first is the idea of attachment. To what extent does the parent or parents form a close emotional bond with the child and vice versa? So Mary Ainsworth was the psychologist who looked into attachment, and it's the study that her study of the strange situation procedure is what we're going to look at. So she was looking at why do we form these attachments? Right? Why are there some people that we miss more than others? It's not just as older individuals that we'll see this, but even in babies, different babies and infants respond differently to separation. Please click a link and have a look at the video and then return once you've seen it. So in the strange situation procedure, we basically have a stranger joining a parent and infant, and the parent then leaves. We will then observe how the infant responds to the parent leaving, how the infant responds to the stranger, and how the infant responds when the parent returns. Now, what she found was that there were 3 or 4 main ways in which the infant will respond, right? And depending on how the infant responded, she would then predict how this individual would form relationships as they get older. So 70% of infants will demonstrate what's called secure attachment, right? And that's secure in their relationship with their caregiver. They will be distressed when the mother or the caregiver leaves. They won't show the strangers much attention. And when the parent figure comes back, they will be happy, right? So generally, this is the conclusion, that they see themselves well and they see that their parents are helpful, and even the stranger could potentially be helpful, right? But the behavior is centering around the mother figure. About 15% of infants will display what's called ambivalent attachment. Okay, so they will be intensely distressed, cry a lot when the mother leaves, and they will completely avoid the stranger. Right, so they're a little fearful. When the mother returns, they will approach, but they'll be a bit more hesitant. So they're less secure in their attachment and less secure in how they view others. The avoidant attachment is kind of not paying as much, is not showing as much dependence on the mother or the stranger. Right? They're not really distressed when the mother leaves. They're reacting to the stranger as if they were just another person, and they don't really have a preference for who cares for them. Right? So they are more independent, right, which we may see as a good sign, but it also means that they don't really see the mother as an emotional support. So those are our 3 types of attachment: the strange situation procedure and socialization. Please have a look on sector to see the work you need to do next.